So this is a prime example. Is there was somebody that came by and somebody had a big mural about Charlie Kirk, and then of course people have to ruin it, and they spray painted all over it.
Oh, that's what they're paid to do.
This good guy right here got some paint and fixed it.
Felix the cat.
Is it right or is it wrong? If only fame hidden eye.
I'm trying to see what he's
trying to put like kind of like shade in the back. Let me pull it up now.
What would that make me? Exactly. Este es un sign, un testamento de que, hey, aquí estamos más por paz. Y yo sé que hay mucha negatividad por muchas personas, pero hay que ver la foto más allá de lo que muchos piensan. Y eso es lo que dice allí.
You see in the background, he got rid of all of it.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
you can see a little bit of it.
All right, so let me. This guy got rid of the writing that was over
the graffiti. Yes.
So he's a good guy. Okay, all right.
Yeah, he fixed it.
Well, then he can stay.
And I obviously I don't know Spanish, so he was talking really fast. But I want to start having videos of good things. Yeah, we watch a lot of crazy shit and dog videos. Yeah. But I would love to start actually putting positive stuff out there, that there are good people out in the world.
Yeah, I like it.
We will change the fate of the nation, or we will let it remain in shackles. Vamos a cambiar y unirnos, o vamos a seguir otra vez todos contra todos. Ustedes decidan, vamos a estar todos contra todos, o vamos a unirnos más y hacer este país que amamos tanto un mejor lugar para todos. Porque para eso venimos a Estados Unidos, para luchar con nuestra familia.
And he's in. I don't know if he is legal, illegal, whatever, but he is proud to be a person that lives in the United States.
Yep.
And I appreciate that.
Well,
and I appreciated he fixed it.
Hopefully he's legal. Otherwise, you got to go.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I don't think so, because he is very thankful that he is here. So maybe he's in the process of it.
Hope so. Well, he did a good thing.
I hope so. But he's a good guy, and I wanted to point that out.
You would bien. So, a eso vengo yo.
And for all those people that continue to say that they're going to come back and vandalize it, will you take your time to do it again?
Absolutely. 100 times. We have a police tower. 24/7 surveillance.
Oh, wow. They put a police tower right next to it.
God damn, this man's on the case.
Yeah, he is.
And, the Brothers in Blue back me up, and I'm here for the community, and I'm all here for it. Bring it on.
So, yeah, I appreciate that guy.
Yeah, me too.
That guy's a good guy.
What a fella.
What a guy. What a guy.
You would think, just on the surface, that the Hispanic community would be supportive of Charlie Kirk because of the faith. Like, Hispanics are generally, they're pretty Christian.
Yeah. Catholic, usually.
Catholic, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, usually. Usually. Not all, but yeah, usually they're very faithful.
Percentage-wise, I would say the percentage of Latinos that are religious is higher than the percentage of like white people, or
possibly. Yeah, very possible. Okay, so I have about 6 or 7 videos of different people commenting on Charlie Kirk, and then also Jimmy Kimmel being suspended. And I just posted a video of us being on BTM Reviews and talking about it. So you guys can check that video out. It's like 2 hours. I just kind of clipped that when we talked about it. So my opinion is well documented. I don't have to go into the whole thing again. But I believe that people need to actually do research, and then you can determine if you agree with that said research or not. That's your right. But just to go out and spout stuff that's incorrect, like, you don't have the right to just lie or incite violence. I'm sorry, you don't have the right to do that.
We always
and then
say
claim that it's First Amendment. No.
Yeah, we always say, like, if these people took 5 seconds to look into something, they'd realize how wrong they are.
Yeah,
but they don't.
I literally, the thing that I showed on the video, or the other day, Friday, when we were on live stream, that I clipped and that I read, I literally cut and pasted that, and then yesterday, probably 10 different posts from some of the media organizations that were spreading bullshit. I literally copied, pasted, and put it in their fucking chat. And do you think they give a shit?
No, they don't.
They don't. I literally did the research for them, and all they have to do is fucking read. These people are not well in the head. Don't listen. They're not well, and they're not reasonable people. It's about the message. It's about I'm a robot, and it's the message.
Right. They're not interested in being factually
Civil.
correct.
Yeah.
They're just like wind-up toys. You pull the string, and they just spout stuff out.
So this is Christopher Titus, who used to be have a show. I want to say it was on Comedy Central, maybe?
Yeah, it was called Titus, wasn't it?
I think so.
That was the name of the show. I remember.
He hasn't been relevant for fucking 20 years, but he always has an opinion about some bullshit.
Yep.
So, of course, he has an opinion about Jimmy Kimmel. So we're going to watch that.
Christopher Titus. Hey, guess what? I just want you to know that anybody who thinks pulling Kimmel off the air was a good idea, you're full of shit. First of all, to all you fascist, authoritarian douchebags who
would never say it to somebody like me, because I would put this dude in a fucking suitcase. You know what I mean? Like he says this shit online because he knows he's protected. I hate people like this. And he hasn't done anything in forever. He's not relevant.
Well, the blind spot of the lefties like this is they don't realize that they're the fascists. They're the ones that are oppressing free speech and what you can wear in public without getting punched. You know, it's them.
And I think Twitter had it. I almost pulled it up, but I was like, I got a lot of freaking stuff to play.
All right.
But there was a laundry list of all the stuff that the left did, and then there was nothing on the right. Like Roseanne Barr got canceled. Fucking a bunch of other people got canceled. One person who didn't get canceled, it was a business decision because these small stations didn't want to hear that bullshit.
Yep.
They don't want to hear it.
Well, real quick, the overarching thought of the left when they're discussing Jimmy Kimmel is that Trump did it. Okay, he didn't fire Jimmy Kimmel.
He was in England hanging out with the freaking king.
Yeah, it was the stations that are like, this is a problem. Our advertisers aren't going to like this, so we're dropping them. And then the company's like, well, fuck, we'll drop them.
And most people, of course, are dumb. Don't do any research.
Correct.
Okay, so I worked at a local affiliate in Ann Arbor, Michigan, called PAX, P-A-X. I don't know if anybody ever remember PAX.
I do. Back
in the day. And PAX would have mostly vintage TV shows. They would have pastors. They would have their nighttime lineup was usually sitcoms or something that were original programming. But mostly during the day and the weekends, it was mostly religious programming or pastors or something. Mama's Family or whatever it was.
Yeah, sure.
And most of the money came from the local advertisers like Joe's Produce or Jim's burger joint. So that most of your money that particular local station is making is not the national money. The national money only came during those primetime spots: 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So a lot of the national spots would be played during those times, prime times. So the rest of the day is filled with like Joe's Produce or Jim's Meat Market. So if Joe's Produce and Jim's Meat Market have an issue with Jimmy Kimmel's programming, they're going to speak with their dollars by not using their dollars. That is a problem for the local TV stations. These leftists and these idiots don't have any idea how the actual process works, and they don't care. They're automatically saying that it's a free speech issue. No, it's not. Joe's Produce and Jim's Meat Market don't want to hear this shit because they're paying money for advertising for a religious ceremony or whatever the hell it is, or Mama's Family or whatever.
Almost everything is about the money. It's like follow the money is always the answer to everything, and that's why Kimmel's not on the show anymore.
Yeah,
that he said what he said was an excuse, I believe, for them to do what they kind of have been wanting to do for a while.
I think so. I think that was I think it was the last straw. And then he didn't even want to apologize. He wanted to double down on it. And he said publicly he wanted to double down on it. And it's like, he didn't give a damn about the Joe's Produce or Jim's Meat Market. He don't give a shit about those people. He's making his $1 million bag. He don't
He's
give
paid-
a fuck.
He's paid to say certain things, and that's what he has to do. And this guy, fascists? Have you ever met a fascist in real life? Like a real one? They don't exist.
At this point, I don't know what it is because
Not yet.
They change the fucking definition of it every fucking week.
Keep moving the goalposts. Yep.
What's up, Amoral?
Bake our gay birthday cake in reverse. Huh.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Scared of comedians, you bunch of ragged pussies. On top of that, let's talk about what Jimmy Kimmel did. Jimmy Kimmel has always stood for the best in us.
That's not true.
When his trial was going through,
That's not true at all.
He's actually never stood for the best in this. He was doing the man show, which is, I mean, I liked it, but a bit misogynistic. And then he switched sides, and now he's
And had blackface and dressed up like homosexuals.
Mhm.
But we're supposed to forget about that stuff, right? Like,
yeah, he's good now.
but if somebody that they don't like, they would dig up something from 30 years ago. But no. Jimmy Kimmel's safe from that. Somebody like this, Christopher Titus, is just saying this bullshit, and I don't think he believes the shit that comes out of his mouth. I think it's just him trying to get paid, and nobody gives a shit because this guy has not been relevant for how long?
He's attention seeking. Yep.
Yeah.
the operations, he was there. He's a real feeling man. He's funny as shit too. And you,
I don't find he's funny at all. Do you think he's
No.
funny?
He used to
I don't
be.
think he's funny.
I used to think he was.
Aside from the political stuff, I still don't think he's funny.
you pussies, you snowflake bitches, pulled him off? Are you out of your mind, ABC? On top of that, let's talk about one more.
On top of that, Christopher Titus doesn't know what he's talking about because he doesn't give a shit about the local stations. He's automatically saying Disney. He's automatically saying ABC. ABC's the one that
record-
pulled it like after the fact.
For the record, and I don't want to get into, I know me and you disagree on this, but I don't think he should, based on what he said, I don't think that should have been grounds to get rid of him. Nor do I think that is why they got rid of him. They got rid of him because of what you're saying, Derek, because the advertisers are pulling their shit.
Well, based off of what he keeps saying, and then I think that was the last straw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't think it was just that.
you're probably right.
Because if I own a small station, it's building because I can't just complain one time, expect something to actually happen. I think it's been an ongoing thing, and this is sort of like the cherry on top.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But we're not going to know that because they didn't publicly come out and say that, you know?
No. Yeah, we're just spitballing.
Yeah.
More thing. Brian Kilmeade on Fox last week said homeless people need to be euthanized. But guess what? He apologized. I read what Kimmel said. He didn't say anything. Said the guy's family was MAGA, he was raised MAGA. That's all he said. So to you authoritarian
Seeing Christopher Titus didn't see the fact that he was wearing a Kamala t-shirt. And,
Well,
and he was in his bedroom at his house, so his family was supportive of what his decision was.
Yeah, his family was MAGA and he was raised MAGA. That's correct. But then something happened and he switched sides, clearly.
Yes.
Because then he shot Charlie Kirk. So, but whatever. He left. This guy leaves that part out.
Yeah, of course he does. Because it doesn't fit the narrative, and like I said, he wants somebody to pay him, so he's gonna fucking just keep sucking that line.
douchebag assholes that are slowly taking away the freedom of speech you say we're taking away.
That's not true at all, dickhead. Not at all. Scum sucking dickhead. I can't stand this guy.
Go fuck yourselves.
Say it to my face, brother. He won't.
Yeah,
I'm
not
Christopher
usually a
Titus.
violent man, Derek. I'm a lover, not a fighter, as Michael Jackson once said. But if that guy came up to me and said that to me, I would knock him out. But he won't. He'll just put it on TikTok and hope somebody notices.
Correct. I'll take the high road on a lot of stuff, but there's certain things that infuriate me. And when people want to incite violence and call me a dickhead, but don't have the balls to say it to my fucking face, that's a problem. That's him hiding behind a platform. That's him hiding behind a fucking keyboard. And him trying to say, well, I'm part of the team, so give me some sort of comedy special or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean?
That was a put me in coach speech.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I agree.
I'm never going to do that. If if I feel good about something, I'm going to tell you I feel good about something. Like that guy saving the mural.
Mhm.
Like, I think there should be more stories out like that.
Yeah.
But, the news, if it bleeds, it leads, baby.
Mhm.
Every single time. And then the fucking robots are going to lead into it every time.
Yeah, well, to be honest, Christopher Titus is about as relevant in the entertainment industry as I am relevant in the music industry. Like, nobody knows who the fuck he is. And like,
You're
only reason I
you're
remember is
fringe.
because I'm old. I kind of like, oh, I remember that show. I never watched it, but I remember it.
I don't know, there's some old guys that are fucking ripping it up, Julio.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, your songs are they sound like 90s and 80s songs, so.
Well, that makes sense. I'm a Gen Xer.
I like them, but is some 19, 18-year-old kid going to like them? I don't know.
No, probably not.
Okay, so this gentleman is an icon, or was an icon.
Yep.
So he had some choice words to say about the late night talk shows and kind of like the direction that late night talk shows should take. Interesting how this guy is the greatest talk show host of all time.
I agree.
And there's still people that are like, bro, get this old fucker off my screen. And he's the best that ever did it.
Yep.
I find it interesting where these same people that are calling me a fascist don't listen to the greatest talk show host of all time. Don't listen to me. I'm just Derek. I talk shit on the YouTubes. Don't listen to me.
Tell me the last time that Jack Benny, Red Skelton, Benny comedian, used his show to do serious issues. That's not what I'm there for. Can't they see that? But you're not. Why do they think that just because you have a Tonight Show that you must deal in serious issues?
I do find it interesting is the guy that's interviewing him is the same guy that did fucking Manson.
Mike Wallace, right?
Yeah, you notice that?
He gets all the good. He gets the good gigs.
He does get the good gigs. Charles Manson and okay, do Johnny Carson. It's cool.
Get Uncle Johnny in here.
That's a danger. It's a real danger. Once you start that, you start to get that self-important feeling that what you say has great import. And strangely enough, you could use that show as a forum. You could sway people, and I don't think you should as an entertainer. Tell me the last time that Jack...
I could not
Is he
agree with him more.
wrong?
No, he's right. He's right.
Is he wrong?
Good old
He's
Uncle Johnny.
right. The best who's ever did it, but we have people now that are telling this guy to shut up, old man.
Johnny Carson's show, that may be the comfiest show in the history of television. Like they had all his old stuff on, I forget what network, it was on Pluto TV or something like that.
Okay.
And I used to go back and watch them. Just, they're just fun.
Okay, so this is somebody that caught my eye just because of like I watched. I don't know if you've seen this video or not.
I have not.
Okay, so this is Jessie Lawless, and
Ooh.
she is girlfriends with Jenna Jameson. Do you know who Jenna Jameson is?
Her, I know. Yeah.
So Jenna Jameson, okay, anybody that's our age knows that Jenna Jameson liked the porn. We'll just say
One of the goats.
She's one of the goats in porn.
Mm-hmm.
But she was one of these different kind of. I'm not going to say that she made her porn mainstream, but she made herself mainstream, and actually was doing other things other than porn. And then back in the day when MySpace was a thing, she had a huge account on MySpace where people like enjoyed her porn, but she was also sort of a social commentator. She would make she would do all kinds of photo shoots at like Comic-Cons and all this stuff.
Yeah, she broke into the mainstream a little bit.
Yeah, so she broke into the mainstream, and she wasn't considered just a porn star, even though that's where her bread and butter originally came from. So this is her girlfriend. Obviously, is not. If I was to look at this girl and be like, I don't know, she's probably not. She's not on my side.
Sure.
But we'll just see what she has to say.
Hey Pumpkin, I just saw something that made me smile and I wanted to share it with you. So Jimmy Kimmel got suspended. Guess what they're replacing his slot with? a tribute to Charlie Kirk, as they should. I mean, that's not just a plot twist, that's like a vegan restaurant adding steak to the menu. We didn't see it coming, but we're not mad about it. For years, late night TV's been a haven for Wokeville, complete with canned laughter so people know when to chuckle, because we all know Jimmy's not funny. Could Wokeville maybe, possibly, be coming to their senses? I don't know, but either way, there's a flood coming. And if you're standing on pretend moral high ground, that's not going to keep you safe. Toodles.
Well, don't judge a book by its cover, I guess would be the lesson from that.
Now, you know, I'm a lover of Jesus, and
Sure.
I have to admit, I judged her based off of what she looked like.
She
That
was wearing
being said-
a Jesus T-shirt, though. She may be a
Yeah, she
lover
was.
of Jesus too. She's Southern. Many people down there are like that.
So that being said, I'm assuming that Jenna Jameson is pretty based.
Probably.
Because usually somebody that's like that isn't married to a far leftist or girlfriends with a far leftist.
Yep. Jenna Jameson was too. She was in Howard Stern's movie. You remember Private Parts?
Yeah, she had an episode on Entourage back in the day where they went to Comic-Con and she was there like promoting some sort of comic book or something.
What always
I don't
bugged
know
me,
if it was a real comic book or if it was fake or whatever, but
what always bugged me about her, I'm like, you're too good looking for porn. What? Like it. I was happy that she was in porn for obvious reasons. She's
Yeah.
beautiful, but I'm like, you don't need to do that stuff. Look at you.
because she was doing porn when I was like a teenager, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, she's not
She's
young.
she's like my age.
Yeah,
Her 50s ish.
but I always
upper.
celebrated her because obviously she was hot
Sure.
and you know, assets, of course.
Mhm.
But she did other things. She didn't want to be known just as being a porn star.
Yeah, she wasn't just a dumb whore.
Yeah. So I always appreciated her with that, even though, you know, she got her chops being a porn star. Okay, so Mr. Dave here. He also made a comment about Jimmy Kimmel. I think I watched a little bit of this. I didn't watch the whole thing. So we'll see what Dave says. And Dave's been canceled.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be interesting what he thinks.
All right, I got to chime in here. Everyone's talking about Jimmy Kimmel being suspended indefinitely from ABC, from his show, stemming from comments he made. One, I guess he was insinuating that the Charlie Kirk assassin was far-right MAGA, one of their own followers. And then two, he made a joke about Trump not really caring or being sympathetic that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Now, I think I have a unique take on this because I run a fairly large media company. I also do media. So you're seeing a lot of people right now, and I tweeted about it right away, being like, cancel culture, the right is so hypocritical, they're so anti-cancel culture, and now they want cancel culture. To me, this is not cancel culture at all. Like, what cancel culture is when you don't like somebody, say me, and then you're like, we want to get rid of Dave. So we're going to comb through everything Dave has said for the past 20 years, and we're going to find things we don't like that don't fit in this time period or whatever. Not just me, anybody. But that's cancel culture. Digging through old tweets, videos, things said to get rid of a person. Your goal going in, it's like, I'm going to get rid of this person I don't like, and I'm going to dig up everything that this person has done their entire life and find some smoking guns and put pressure on people to get rid of them. This, what happened to Kimmel, I would say, is consequences for your actions in real time, statements in real time. He made jokes that people didn't like. He tried to say that the assassin was part of the far-right MAGA. He's not. And then Sinclair Communications was like, this is garbage. Our people that we, in our markets, they don't want to see this. We're
Joe's Produce, Jim's Steak Shop. Yeah.
Yeah. He's speaking what you were saying.
Interesting how I kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit.
I'm now convinced.
Imagine that. Imagine I'm just not a LARPer on YouTube's.
We're preemptively pulling them off the air, kind of forced ABC's hand. Now, this is not a free speech issue to me. I've always said to our employees, listen, you guys can say whatever you want on your personals. You can do this, but your speech has consequences. If advertisers, if people start putting pressure on me because you're saying things that they don't like, this is a capitalist market. Like when the Juice isn't worth the squeeze. Decisions have to be made. And for Kimmel, his ratings are down. And by the way, I'm not like, I hated Colbert. I found him annoying to watch. Kimmel I don't watch, but, you know, I take it or leave it. But his ratings are clearly down. He's making a ton of money. He's creating clearly headaches for ABC, and the affiliate then drops him. To me, this is like a business. He's not a journalist. This isn't freedom of the press. He's not reporting, digging. He's telling jokes. He's a comedian. He works for somebody else. Whenever you work for a company or work for somebody else and you are making...
So if Jimmy Kimmel was officially axed and there's no way for him to come back, because of course there's far leftists as they're saying that he's trying to work out a deal, and he just does a podcast, he can say whatever the fuck he wants. He can accept whatever advertisers that want to advertise with Jimmy Kimmel. That's his platform. He can do what he wants. But when you work for somebody, and I work for somebody, you work for somebody, if I say something on one of my calls to my customers that they don't like, they can be like, Derek, you got to go. That's the consequence of what I do is, for the most part, 99% of the people are okay and I deal with them fine. But that 1% could get you in trouble.
Yep.
It's the same shit.
That's why I admire people like Adam Carolla, who just does it himself. He doesn't have a boss, so he literally can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. And if you choose not to listen to him, that's your prerogative.
Yep.
That is your prerogative.
Yeah, Portnoy is annoying, generally speaking, but what he's saying here is correct.
Statements or doing things that are creating headaches for the people up top, you're forced with a decision. What do? Here they decided the easiest move, ABC, Disney, was to suspend them. For example, when Penn bought Barstool Sports, one of the things we agreed upon, one of the guardrails, one of the things I had to agree when we did the deal is that I and Barstool would not make fun of politics and government employees because the government controlled the gambling licenses and they didn't want to create headaches trying to get these licenses. So I agreed to that. That's part of being in business. I wasn't allowed to create headaches for my employer. I knew that. And if I did so, if I did make fun of, let's say, the Massachusetts gambling regulators, who are the worst people on earth, and trust me, with every fiber of my bone being, I want to make fun of, I would have gotten fired or in trouble. And I wouldn't have been like freedom of speech. I would have known this is what I signed up for. I'm creating more headaches for my employers than benefits.
And liberals do that shit all the fucking time, where instead of seeing something that you don't like and then trying to get some legislation to change it, try to put some awareness out there as far as like, well, we want to change this. I'm not a huge fan of this. They will break the law or purposely break the rule and then bitch about said rule instead of getting in front of it.
Yep.
Because it's all reactionary. Like, I don't like this law because we just broke it and I don't like it.
They act like bratty children. And now that Trump's in office, it's like daddy's home.
Yeah.
And they're just railing, but they don't respect the law. They don't think it applies to them. And the same people that are upset that Jimmy Kimmel got suspended are the same people that probably supported the shooting of Charlie Kirk.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is odd to me because one is awful and the other is the show got canceled off TV.
I mean, it's beyond scumbags. If you, like anybody, if you're celebrating anybody getting murdered, you're messed up in the head and you should be in a fucking hospital or in jail. One of the two.
That I'm bringing. Essentially, that's what Kimmel's doing right now, right? He's creating more headaches than he is bringing in benefit. Again, this isn't freedom of the speech. This isn't cancel culture. This is Jimmy Kimmel isn't being successful enough right now, right here in time, for all these headaches to be worth it to keep him on the air. And that's in any field. Anytime you work for somebody else, anything you say that creates giant headaches for your boss can end up in career repercussions. That is not cancel culture. That is life. Living in a capitalist society.
Yeah, that's life.
Well, everything he said was right. That was a good speech. I agree.
Yeah, I I don't agree with everything that he says. I don't hate him, Portnoy, but he said some dumb shit over the years, and it's like, oh yeah. I don't.
Oh no, I mean what he just said there, I agree with.
But yeah, right there was spot on.
Now on the other hand,
here's a piece of shit for everyone, and I've got a 2-pack for this piece of shit.
Oh, a double shot.
A double shot of pieces of shit. Okay, so I don't know if people watched the previous stream that we did where Mark Ruffalo's brother got murdered, about 15, 20 years ago? Mm-hmm. Right when Mark Ruffalo first got into Hollywood, him and his brother came to Hollywood. And his brother ended up dead. So you would think that, do you remember that?
I don't recall that. No. Nope.
Oh, okay. Maybe, I'm pretty sure we played it, but maybe we didn't. I don't know. So in his family he's had trauma as far as his brother being murdered, and it's still an unsolved case. So you would think that this guy would be sentimental or sympathetic for somebody that got murdered.
You would think so? No.
This guy's a psychopath dickhead. So how do you have a situation in your family that you care about, but look at things completely different? It's all about sucking on that teeth. Mm-hmm. He wants to stay in the Hollywood bubble, so he's going to say whatever the fuck he needs to, even if he literally had a brother get murdered. It makes no sense to me.
Does anybody give a shit about Mark Ruffalo anymore? I know he played the Hulk for a minute.
He was nothing before the Hulk, and then people loved him because he's a Hulk, and now pretty much the Hulk is done, right? And nobody gives a shit about him now.
There's a running theme with some of these people like Christopher Titus and Mark Ruffalo. Like nobody nowadays who gives a shit about him.
I didn't have an opinion with him either way. I'm just saying so I had cancer, my mom had cancer, and I have other family members that had cancer. So I am sympathetic for people that have cancer or put into a situation where they didn't ask to be put into. You would think that this asshole would be the same way, where he'd be sympathetic with somebody that got murdered. He's not. It's fucked up. So, all right. So we'll go ahead and play this douchebag, this first one.
We saw Jimmy Kimmel's show was canceled. We don't know what the reasons are, really. It's very cloudy and murky. I don't understand what's happening right now. My industry doesn't understand what's happening right now. But what they do understand is our freedom of speech is being attacked. I heard Mark Maron today talk about it. He said, you guys were so afraid of being canceled.
Your freedom of speech. What, the communist freedom of speech got canceled?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's people on the right that are having their freedom of speech suppressed.
All the time.
All the time.
You went out.
I just heard an echo.
From me?
Yeah.
You screamed and you yelled about being canceled. But the cancellation was coming from people who didn't like what you had to say. It was coming from people who didn't agree with what you were saying and were speaking out about it. This cancellation is the United States government coming and taking your voice away from you. It is the United States government.
Well, it's not, though.
So the document that I showed on yesterday's stream, or 2 days of stream, apparently this asshole's never read that. Never actually read anything. No Kings, mobilization kickoff call. Who funds No Kings?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wasn't it, No Kings was actually funded by like one of the family members at Walmart.
Oh.
And then some Soros money is probably also in there too. Yeah, what is that girl? What is that lady's name? Far left. Family member of Walmart. Christy Watson, heiress to Walmart.
And No Kings is like the anti-deportation group. Isn't that what they protest?
Yeah. Let me Come on.
Yeah, I can see it. It says Walmart heiress Christy Watson breaks ranks, takes out anti-Trump No Kings ad in the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, so this awesome person right here is the main contributor of No Kings.
Again, somebody who doesn't live in the real world. I mean, she's the heiress of the Walmart fortune. She doesn't know what it's like to be a normal person.
No.
Mark Ruffalo doesn't know what it's like to be a normal person.
And interesting how Walmart was open during the pandemic.
Yep.
Hey.
Yep.
Hey.
Here's a quick question. Here's a quiz for you. Who would you rather hang out with? Would you rather hang out with Mark Ruffalo or that guy in the dog outfit from the first video you showed?
Oh, God. Well, the guy in the dog outfit would at least be subservient.
Right. I might have to go with that. I'd hang out with the dog guy before I'd hang out
You'd
with
hang
Mark
out with the
Ruffalo.
dog guy?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Mark Ruffalo has a very punchable face.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
The dog
Yeah,
guy
he
would
does.
at least. I would try to stir the conversation away from dogs and his extracurricular activities.
Mhm.
He might actually be a kind of a cool hang. I don't know.
You should get him on as a guest, Derek. See if we can find him. We're big
Have
fans
him
of your
in
work.
the dog outfit or without the dog outfit.
He just answers and barks. No, never. No.
So how was your today? Woof.
What's on top of a house? Roof.
Woof. I feel like I have to open the back door so you can go out to the bathroom.
That is now suppressing the freedom of speech. It is the United States government, not your neighbors, not someone on social media. It is the government doing it now.
But it's
And
not.
that
It is not.
You're
This guy's
wrong.
a big floppy liar.
Does he ever stop acting? He's just acting, right?
I think he is. He's just a big
Yeah.
fucking LARPer, just trying to stay on the right relevancy so that he gets some sort of payday. Oh, right here. Let me share this real quick. I put it into my socials. Okay, read FCC regulations of broadcast radio and television. The wherever we review an application, whether to build the new station, modify a new license or existing stations, or sell a station, we must determine if granting the application would serve the public interest. This has been in the documentation for decades, and these people don't fucking read. This is on the FCC website. Anybody could go check it out. So for him to say that the government is literally suppressing speech, how about you read some fucking documents? How about you do 5 seconds of fucking research?
Well, then they might have to change their mind.
He
They
doesn't
don't wanna
want
do
to
that.
because
No.
I guarantee he's getting millions of dollars to be a fucking spokesman for this fucking company.
Probably.
Guaranteed.
Getting that sweet, sweet Walmart money.
It must be nice. It must be nice. See, I'm not a subservient guy. I will be a team player to work for a company, like I'm a team player for where I work.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to tote the flag of the fucking company.
No.
Just to see if I can get ahead or get another nickel on my paycheck. That's never going to happen. Yeah, this dude is a straight up piece of shit. Piece of doo-doo.
He does have a very punchable face.
That's where we all have to come together. Because authoritarian regime.
That's where we all have to come together. Basically, you don't get your way, you're going to start crying on the internet. That's what I need to stand down. Basically,
Again, they're like 7-year-old kids. They're just throwing
Yeah.
a tantrum. Unfortunately, they have guns.
well, our side had guns, but we don't use them because we're actually
Well, we should.
knowledgeable about such things.
I would. Yes, I agree with you. Although I won't comment because my free speech is suppressed. But I agree with what you're saying. There
I'm
needs
just
to be.
saying is I live in the South. I don't have pew pews, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But every single house on this block guaranteed has a pew pew. And we have not had one incident of somebody doing something.
Funny how
Not
that works.
one.
Interesting.
Interesting how normal people act. You know what I mean?
Yep. I'm a pro pew pew.
Regimes, fascist regimes have to degrade our freedoms more and more over time.
Well, how about you go to England, dude? How about you go somewhere else other than the United States? No, because no kings is paying you millions of dollars to fucking
Right.
Guaranteed, he's getting millions of dollars for this.
Can you imagine having millions of dollars set aside to have a spokesperson for your communist group, and you pick Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah.
Find somebody better than that.
Interesting how he has a
those little Hulk figurine up there.
He's got a Hulk stuff. So he's communist, but yet he actually bought that or was given it via the way that the United States is set up.
Well, that happens a lot. There are a lot of gated community commies in the world.
And he bought lots of books at the store as well.
Until we're living the smallest, the most frightened, the most secretive lives. Think of yourselves living under the Taliban, because that's where we're headed.
Why don't you go there? Why don't you go over there?
So, I know it's scary. And I know.
He's acting, yes?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Like he's literally acting like a bitch.
Who in this country is in fear because Trump is the president that is not a criminal? Nobody.
Nobody.
Well, except for him, apparently.
Yeah.
He's petrified.
And I have a cop that's in the family. I've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've talked to cops because I worked in security for a while. And I wholeheartedly believe these folks where they say that you shouldn't be afraid if I pull in behind you. If you are, you're hiding something.
Yep.
That's why when I get pulled over by a cop, it's like, oh, okay, here's my stuff.
Just be decent. It'll help you in the long run.
Oh, when was the last time you had an accident? 6 years ago? Oh, no, it's been 7 years ago. Okay. When was the last time you had a ticket? 15 years ago? Look up my record. Oh, he's telling the truth. Here you go. Have a nice day.
Don't be one of those that, I'm going to call my lawyer. I'm not saying anything. Sir, we're just pulling you over because your taillight's out. I'm talking to my lawyer.
I'm not a lawbreaker.
Right.
I don't break the fucking law. I might break the YouTube law.
YouTube police are going to come get you.
The YouTube police are going to come out my ass. I might, for playing music or something.
Mm-hmm.
That there's a lot of doubt. But now is the time for us to find our heroism.
What does that mean exactly?
I don't exactly know what that means.
I think the right should start finding their heroism and buy ammo in Minecraft.
Okay, so if he showed up at your house and wanted to have some beers with you.
I mean, have a beer with him.
how about you crack a fucking smile? Or will he literally, his face crack if he smiled?
I don't know. I would tell him, look, bro, you can come in, but I'm kind of hanging out with this dog guy. So, three's a crowd, brother.
At least he's a good hang.
Yeah. You do me a favor and pour some beer in his bowl real quick. He's running low over
out
there.
Of here. Yeah. This fucking guy.
While I didn't agree with his ideas, shooting someone that we disagree with, even if they're vociferous and loud and out there, is so colossally wrong-headed. I spoke to a couple of
Hear, Shrewd. Hear.
Yeah, right. Good job, Dwight.
Let's say some liberal friends last night at an event, and they were like, you won't find me shedding any tears. And someone else was like, oh, well, there was a little bit of a kind of a good riddance thing. And it's like, guys, no.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I know.
We cannot think or talk that way.
Not at all.
Oh,
that is not okay.
So dangerous, man.
What was that?
I said two-faced cunt. Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He literally is like, oh, no, we don't have to think that way. And we just played a video where he was thinking that way.
And now he's
the
like,
dude is a fucking asshole.
Yeah, you're right. No, man, we can't do that.
If anybody supports his asshole, then I feel sorry for you.
I mean, my first thought was, also we had
So in this one, he's an actor producer. And the last one, he was an activist.
And why do you have to preface the fact that shooting somebody is bad with Well, I didn't agree with everything he said.
If suppressing his freedom of speech isn't good enough, we'll just shoot him. So that's basically what you're saying. That your speech is being halted, but I don't agree with him, so he shed blood, so these people are fucking weird, dude.
Another school shooting.
Yeah. Which totally got buried in the headlines.
Got buried in the headlines. Of course it would, though. And listen, I'm someone who.
And the night before, not last night, but the night before, there was a guy in North Carolina that pulled a gun out of a freaking car.
Mm-hmm.
They picked him up before he did anything, and then last night in Delaware or Connecticut, there was a guy that was that had a gun on a golf course. You're gonna tell me that the guy that's going after people at a golf course or the golf club, it's like a club. You're gonna tell me that he's not a little spiteful that people have got something that he doesn't have?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yep.
And I guess the guy yesterday was, I guess it was a relationship, and the girl worked there or something.
My brother was
because they teach these people that they're victims and that their only course of action is to use a pew pew. That's their only choice.
Right.
And then they're going to sit there and say, "Oh, we disagree."
Well, they gaslight these morons into thinking that there's Nazis goose stepping all over America, which there isn't really. It's people that just want to be safe and live around.
But then they say that the right has rhetoric. What rhetoric?
Well, I mean, you could dive into that, but it does. There are certain dog whistles that you hear from the right.
Christianity is dog whistling?
Well, let's not go there. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, if you're a devil worshiper, then I guess it is. I'm just saying is you can be a not religious person to at least give people the if they want to preach, go over there and preach. You know what I mean?
I don't have a problem with that. Just be able to preach wherever you want, really. Well, I mean, as long as it's not outside my house at 3:00 in the morning, but that's just common courtesy.
I'm gonna go to your house and preach outside just cause.
I'm gonna have my dog. I'm gonna send a dog guy out to bite you.
Me and dog guy are hanging, so you need to go.
The more you show of these morons, the more I'm like, yeah, I could roll with dog guy, go out to the club, some shots, chill.
So dog guy isn't as bad, huh?
Nope.
He is subservient. He'll listen to what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Was murdered. I lost my brother through gun violence.
Hey, you actually brought it up.
Yep.
You would think that he would actually have a fucking heart.
And so this is a real personal topic for me. There's no winning. We'll never win this way. There's no idea that if we cheer on our opponents being hurt or harmed in any way, that we win as a society. And we all lose. Like I know what his family is going through. Like I understand that on such a personal level. And it's a tragedy that not only the person who is killed.
But he is saying these things, but then he uses rhetoric to get somebody else riled up. That's the thing I don't understand.
He's lying right now.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you could tell that it deeply hurts him, and it should. It was his brother. But why would you use the rhetoric of the person that murdered your brother on somebody else? Why?
I don't know.
I would be like, that's a subject I'm not going to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't touch that shit.
You know, if I had Mark Ruffalo over for an interview, the first question I would ask him is, how much money did that Walmart woman pay you?
Yeah.
To say this stuff.
Because it's all about money. I would like to think that this guy actually has some sort of soul, and he's affected by his brother being murdered.
I'm sure.
As opposed to just saying it on a podcast for sympathy.
Yep.
That's what I pray for. I hope that one day he actually wakes up and stops spewing dumb shit.
experiences, but the entire family and community around that person. Like, this is no joke, you know? And so it does break my heart, even for someone that is not my political opponent, who would probably call me an idiot.
Now, I want to push back.
And he wasn't Mark Ruffalo's political opponent. I don't think Charlie ever said anything about Mark Ruffalo.
I don't think so either. I get what he's saying. He's saying he's on the opposite side of the aisle, so to speak. But he's getting a little self-important.
And like I said, I can't speak for how Charlie was behind the scenes because we don't know this. But just based off of following him, watching his shows, watching his debates, I never said like, "Oh, what the hell, Charlie? Why are you saying that shit?" Like, fuck off. Like,
plus,
what
everybody
the hell? I never said that.
Everybody who knew him seems to speak highly of his character.
Yeah.
And I think you can.
I just don't understand the demonization. It's, in my opinion, it's just my opinion. It doesn't reflect Julio's opinion. They saw that he was aligned with Trump, and in about 15 or 20 years would have probably ran for president and won.
That's reasonable.
We have to eliminate him, and that's exactly what they were thinking.
But I want to push back on you a little bit for even using the word opponent.
Right.
Like someone who disagrees with, who we disagree with, even.
Yeah, but Charlie never said anything about Rainn Wilson or Mark Ruffalo. Never said a word about him.
I mean, nobody has said a word about either Rainn Wilson or Mark Ruffalo in years. No human. So
Rainn Wilson was great in the office.
Sure. Oh, he was amazing. Yep.
Yeah. And I didn't care what his politics was. He was freaking great. Funny.
Vehemently, and we think they're sending the country in exactly the opposite wrong direction that goes against even Jesus's teachings himself. Like,
don't even go there, dude.
Even I'm
don't
offended
even
by that
fucking
statement.
Go there. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude? Don't even fucking go there.
how can we reframe it from opponent to, you know?
Rainn Wilson, Solomon and Gomorrah actually fucking happened. There's actual science that has tested the area where Solomon and Gomorrah was, and they tested the dirt, and it's scorched to the fact that something actually had to have happened there for it to be scorched like that. And they have evidence that there was people that were homosexual, and that God said not to do it, and they did it anyway, and then goodbye, Solomon and Gomorrah.
I think a lot of how can I say this without making I have read a lot of ancient Greek mythology, for instance, just as a Trojan War and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a sliver of truth. Like, there was a war that happened.
Yeah.
Now, did gods come down from the sky and start smoting people with lightning bolts? Probably not. But the story itself is based on some sort of truth that actually happened.
Yeah, I think so. It might be somebody's created world, but yeah, I think it's based off of some sort of truth, yeah.
But these two godless communists invoking the name of Jesus actually pisses me off.
And you're not even considered a Christian. You're sort of agnostic, right? Would you consider yourself agnostic, or?
Honestly, I'm nothing. It's just not a part of my world. I'm just
it's not part of your world.
I'm a whatever makes you happy guy. Like, cool, yeah, believe in what gives you strength. That's good.
So on their side, did I pull out a Karl Marx book and be like, well, Karl Marx said right here, and where Rainn Wilson is saying the same thing? Did I ever do that? No, I didn't.
Just someone we disagree with. I don't know what the word is exactly.
Yeah, maybe that is the wrong word, but it's someone who's, we might be on complete ideological opposite ends of the, but this is the problem in the world. Like, where do we go when violence is the only solution?
Yeah.
Like, that's the final solution, that ethos is what we're going to embrace.
Yeah.
Which is,
oh, we want to go down that road, son. Violence is the only answer. Okay.
Is that not inciting violence?
Well, the fact that he thinks violence is the only answer, and that's why
chat and people watching, is that not inciting violence? I never heard Charlie Kirk say that shit. Never, not once.
Is where we're at now. I mean, people are walking around with weapons of war. This is a weapon of war. I mean, I don't know what killed him, but more often than not, we're
An ancient sniper rifle, basically.
being seen people killed with weapons of war that are
That could be broke down by like two bolts, basically broke it down.
But what he's not understanding is all the 90% of the violence in the country is perpetrated by his side.
Yes.
So I agree. Don't let leftists own guns. There, that would fix a lot of problems.
Now, I would think that I would think about it differently if it was like every time we turned around, it was left and then right. Retaliation. Then I'd be like, guys, like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, just because this side does something doesn't mean you have to retaliate. I'm not advocating for that.
No.
But when it's always on one side and the other side is sitting there praying, that's a fucking problem.
Yep. Maybe you should. Well, yeah, I agree.
Charlie Kirk's the memorization of Charlie Kirk is happening right now. And what did they do? They had a prayer service for like a half hour so that people, when walking in the door, could celebrate Charlie Kirk. Praying. They're sitting there praying. I mean, come on, people. Like, wake up.
It was a sniper rifle.
Even if you're not a Jesus guy, just the morality of it. Like, wake the fuck up.
Well, I'll give the left credit for one thing. They actually do something, which now I don't condone anything they do, but they're taking action where I think the right, I think we've been turning the other cheek, so to speak, for too long.
Yeah, because we're creators. We're not burn, baby, burn.
Right. Well,
and I'm not saying that everybody on the right is not like that, but I'm just saying there's a good part of the right that are more creators or more turn the cheek type people.
Yeah, we're nice. Nice ain't working.
Willing to call something free speech, even though it may not be.
Yep.
But they're at least giving them grace enough to say, yeah, you do have the right to say that thing. The left doesn't do that. You cancel them one time and they're fucking about to burn shit down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even a cancellation. You making no money, and Dave Portnoy was spot on. There's more problems, and you're not making money. You need to go.
Right.
Yeah,
so this
for
was
nothing
planned.
more than to kill human beings.
Yeah.
That's what these weapons are for, you know? And so
No.
when we keep signing,
Now, Second Amendment's clear on that. You
self-defense.
communist piece of shit.
I view weapons as being there to prevent somebody killing me.
Yes.
I mean, they are weapons of war, of course. That is true.
Yeah, but every time these events happen, the said person brings the weapon to use it to harm somebody else.
I do not own a gun, but if I did own a gun, it would be to protect myself from that side.
Yes.
The liberals, the Democrats, the...
You're not walking around with it. You
No.
have it in the house so that if some asshole comes in the house, they may get shot.
Yeah.
Because you have a right to protect yourself.
I
Most
agree.
people in this neighborhood have guns to protect themselves. They're not walking down the street with them.
Yep.
That's the difference. They don't see it that way. They just say a gun is a gun is gun. Your side is the one that's bringing them to said events. Our side has them at their house ready to do something to somebody that hurts their family.
Correct.
Or is on their property or whatever. Kills their dog or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. They want to take your weapons away from you. Why? Because they want you to kneel before Zod, Julio. That's what they want you to fucking do.
Agree.
Kneel before Zod. That's communism. They want you to fucking kneel and take it up the ass.
Yep. Taking away our First Amendment rights and
Yeah.
taking away our Second Amendment rights.
And he doesn't see it that way. That's the crazy part.
Well, he's a moron.
Yeah. Even if he saw it a little bit, then it was like, okay, there's a little glimpse of something in the brain. No, there's nothing. Might be some bongers. I don't know if he smokes weed or something.
I'll bet you he does.
off on that as a nation, we're signing off on more and more of when you keep signing off on those weapons being acceptable, you're actually tacitly signing off on them being.
Why do you think that somebody doesn't storm our beaches of our country? Number one, we're in a good place. Number two, everybody's going to pull their gun out at somebody that storms the beach.
Correct. Yep. He's trying to, I don't know.
Again, he doesn't see it that way.
It's signing off on these guns. I mean, okay. Who's committing all the crimes?
And he never said wacko that is using said gun. They never talk about that. It's always the gun.
Now, okay,
pew-pew.
Let's go to make-believe land. If you could snap your fingers and make every weapon disappear on the planet, I would do it, because then nobody would have them. The only reason we have to have them is because they have them.
Yes.
And the left is out there, urban youths, lefties, commies, committing crimes nonstop. It's like the Wild West out there, and you need to be able to defend yourself.
So here's a scenario. Mm-hmm. If the government came by this neighborhood, knowing that everybody has guns, took every single gun, do you think that this neighborhood would be a target for somebody that actually has a gun? Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Because they know that the people are unarmed and don't have guns.
Mm-hmm.
But this asshole doesn't see that. It's all about the message. It's all about the $1 million that he's making to spread the dumb shit.
When I lived in Pennsylvania, it was kind of a rural community. And the street I lived on, I didn't have a rifle, but I had 2 German Shepherds. Everybody had German Shepherds and rifles. It was the safest street I've ever lived on in my entire life.
There's German Shepherds and rifles. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I told my daughter she's moving out with a friend of hers into an apartment next year. And I said, buy a dog. A barky one. Because, it's 2 girls in an apartment. I'm her dad. I'm like,
yeah.
I know you're not going to buy a gun, so get a dog.
Get a barky one.
Get a barky dog. Yeah. Not a fucking purse dog like Dave's got. I mean, like a real dog.
No, Dave's got like 4 dogs. He's got a big dog. Do you see the big dog?
That's a middle-sized dog. That's compared to the little dogs.
Got a floppy-eared terrier, or not terrier, but it looked like a golden retriever.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so this is the last video that we have on the Jimmy Kimmel stuff, and then we're gonna look into some other wackadoos. But
all right.
As far as Jimmy Kimmel, this is the last one, and this is 2 people that are in the media, don't necessarily see eye to eye politically. So I thought it was actually a pretty decent conversation that they had.
Kimmel was not treated unfairly. He knew what he was doing and did it anyway, and he's paying the price. But I'm telling you, I don't feel good about it. I wish he had not done it. I wish he had called me and read me the monologue. I would have said, Jim, no way that's appropriate. No way. Think about the widow. Think about the widow of Charlie Kirk. And you're accusing millions of Americans of being complicit in his murder? That is not true. You are misleading. You can't do that. And that is the story.
Another legend who has a pretty good point. I don't know.
Yeah. But now we're in the realm of, all of a sudden now we're taking talk show hosts seriously. I mean, I agree with Johnny Carson. We're out there to tell jokes. If you don't like the joke, change the channel. It's easy.
Yeah, but Bill O'Reilly's been around for like 50 years.
He has.
He's been around for a long time. He had like the number 1 show for decades. I don't necessarily agree with everything he says. I'm just saying is sometimes it's a better second opinion. And we've talked about this before. Like when I wrote The Warrior, it was some time ago. And if I knew a Mike Partika then, I'm always looking to get a second opinion on it. Maybe there's something that they see that I don't see.
With Mike, you would have gotten a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th opinion.
But I'm just saying is it's always good to have a second opinion. When I edited the film and before I put it out, I called the other producer and said, hey, do you want to meet so I can show you the movie and be harsh about it? Let me know what you don't like about it. And she came in there and she had a couple notes or whatever. And then I had one of the actors, and then I had one of the girls that did she did props and stuff. I had her look at it and say, I want you to bash the shit out of it. I said, because if you see it, then everybody else is going to see it. So I used it so I had 2nd and 3rd of opinions. So when I have some random person, and we're not going to bring up their name, say dumb shit, I've already had 4 or 5 people look at it and give me their honest opinion. So it's like, I'm not like, I don't want to say that, well, I'm the greatest person ever, so my opinion only matters. No, I want somebody else's opinion. Give me your honest take on it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, like, if I knew Mike Partika before then, I would have had him give his a second opinion. I may not have used every note that he had, but it's good to have a second pair of eyes on it.
Sure. Same thing in music. I have my bandmate I rely on. He doesn't even have to say something sucks. I can tell.
Yeah.
We've been working together for so long. You just get a vibe and you're like, okay, maybe that wasn't a good idea, and move on.
Okay, so this is going to be the chart. Okay, so this is kind of about Charlie Kirk, but the Emmys didn't bother saying anything about Charlie Kirk dying. They just kind of glazed over it.
Mm-hmm.
And Zachary Levi, who's very opinionated and is on the right side of things. You know who Zachary Levi is?
The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
Shazam. He played Shazam.
Okay. Yep. Gotcha.
So he's on a talk show. This is like a 10-minute clip. And he's kind of talking about like the state of Hollywood, and he still kind of, even though that people try to basically cancel him, he still kind of gets invited, kind of. So this is kind of Zachary Levi talking about it.
It's interesting. The Emmys just happened, and they talked about a lot of the things going on in Palestine, of course, all the left-wing signaling. There's no mention of Charlie at all. Is that weird? Is that just what you expect, I guess, of Hollywood? It seems like very strange when it's something that millions of people in our country are struggling with. It's a big issue, and it's just they don't even mention it.
I mean, I think it's unfortunate. I think it's sad, but I don't find it shocking or weird. I mean, it's Hollywood, you know. Listen, I have a lot of love and respect for a lot of the people that were at the Emmys and that are in my industry. But however they feel about me, I still have lots of love and lots of respect for that. So much talent that's there. But as you said, in the same way that people who were in that industry voted for Trump but can't talk about that, there are people that feel very badly for Charlie and for his family and for this country, for that matter, because of what happened. But they know, based on the programming, based on the media spin and everything, that if they were to get up on that stage and say, I just want to call out that it was really tragic what happened to Charlie Kirk, and I call us to, a call to end political violence, and may we pray for each other or something like that. That person would have been lambasted.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Because
even try to make a neutral statement just because people.
What was that?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said something.
People hate him so much.
Yeah, because in Hollywood, that's not a neutral statement. Yeah. In Hollywood, Charlie Kirk is an extension of Donald Trump.
Got it.
Charlie Kirk was a huge part in getting Donald Trump elected. I mean, a massive part in getting Donald Trump elected. Yeah. And getting Bobby together with Donald Trump, which is a big part of getting Donald Trump elected. So they can't extricate that from each other. They're not able to look beyond that. But what they can do, in part because they might believe it, and in part because it's a virtue signal, they can go on and they can talk about things that have been deemed acceptable to fight against in Hollywood, like Free Palestine and things like that.
Walk me through this a little bit, because, I guess Reagan was an actor in, I guess, the 50s and 60s,
Yep.
and he was a...
Do you think the people in Palestine would be pro-choice?
No.
Good answer. It just shows you the hypocrisy of these fucking people.
Well, that, and when Mark Ruffalo's out there saying our free speech is being attacked, this guy's talking about like there are things you can't say in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a broken record. Star Wars is dead.
Yeah.
It's like
Star Wars is dead. Star Wars, the message.
the right is having their speech suppressed.
And Hollywood back in the day was actually pretty right, either middle or kind of right.
Because there were men back then, like actual guys, not Finoiks, as they say in
So
Italy.
there was people that were on the left in Hollywood, and they said their stuff. But as soon as the left takes control, they censor the shit out of everything. And then if you don't have the right speech, you're out.
I blame the hippies. All this bullshit started in the late 60s.
I think it did.
Mm-hmm.
When everything shifted, yeah, I think so. Did it shift for the positive?
No. Because then you started having disposable fathers and single mothers, which is the root of all of this, in my opinion.
And we literally had a 6-hour a 6-hour stream about Charles Manson, which happened during that time.
Mm-hmm.
big leader who helped fight against the communists and the unions back then. That was a really big fight in Hollywood. Gosh, I guess it was 60 years ago now. Like when was Disney pushed to the point that it started injecting all this far left stuff and a lot of the things it does? When are these institutions, like a lot of our institutions,
which is crazy because there's a lot of people that are moderate or on the right that watch Disney movies growing up or cartoons. So like that was a pretty good amount of their audience. I don't understand why the shift. If they would have just stayed moderate, I don't think any of this problem would have happened.
Well, Disney's target audience used to be children, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up, I have 4 kids. We watched Disney movies nonstop.
Yeah.
They loved them. They were fun and wholesome for the most part.
Yeah.
Now Disney's fighting against their core audience from growing up. They're trying to keep them from growing up, and which is why now you have like 30-year-old women going to Disney World all by themselves.
You're the one who played that video, right? With the Disney adults?
Yeah. It's
the creepiest shit.
Yeah. But anyway.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah.
kind of got conquered. Did we talk a lot about that in our society? Like, when did this happen to Hollywood? Why did it happen? Is it possible to reverse it?
Well, I mean, I'm actively trying to reverse it, but I have found that the only way to really battle that is not, you're not going to be able to try and turn the Titanic. Like it's too big a boat. It's too big a boat to try and get any of these major studios to really come to their senses and recognize that somewhere along the line they've been compromised. Somewhere along the line, ideologically,
they're not self-aware. We've already proved that like a million times. It's like a broken record. They're not self-aware.
No, they're just
so
robots.
For Hollywood to be self-aware, you're asking for something that never happened.
Yeah, well, that's what the guys
in there in positions of power to say, "Fuck your side. We're doing what sells."
And it actually is part of the reason why I don't get super triggered by this stuff, because I don't expect anything better from them. I've stopped having any expectations of the left getting any more civilized. They're just not capable of it. At least the extreme left.
Yeah.
Something got in there that then they started to go along with. I think I want to believe that for the best of intentions, right? These things, Jordan Peterson talks about this.
And I don't think it was during Obama. I think you're right. It literally happened during the 60s.
Yeah,
Obama if you notice all the people that are yim-yam in L.A. and all that, all older. They were all around in the 60s.
Obama is one of the fatherless children that I was mentioning. That's the problem. Fatherless children with no structure in their lives. His mom raised him, which I always think it's funny. His black dad abandoned him, and he's raised by a white mom. And then he becomes president, and all of a sudden he's fucking Malcolm X. I'm like, what do you mean the first black president? It's not black. Biracial.
Yeah, true.
When you're trying to usurp something, when you're trying, or rather incept something, you don't just take it 100 yards. You take it 5 yards, and then you get pushed back 4. But now you still got a yard on that. And then you take it another 5, you get pushed back 3. And then it's incremental, right? So nobody came in swinging and saying, you got to use all this woke ideology. They started with little bits of just kind of, well, what if we just did this? And what if we just did that? And some of it, I think, was in the spirit of diversity, in the spirit of equality.
Yeah, you
and
do want to
inclusion.
support gay people and black people and all these things that are nice.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. But when you start...
Nice? Okay.
I don't support black people and gay people.
No, I don't have a problem with that statement. I have a problem with them saying it's nice.
Well, I'll qualify my statement. I support everybody. I want everybody to be happy. I don't compartmentalize them into
a groups.
Not really. I try not to anyway. It's hard sometimes.
Start to...
Yeah, true.
To, I think, lose the plot. And now you are, again, very small part of the populace. You are catering to this little part of the populace, still human beings, still worthy of God's love. But when you are now putting a bunch of that type of ideology into your cartoons or to your movies or whatever, you are now actually compromised, right? So, but I don't think that you can, listen, everyone can go boycott, plenty of people, Bud Light, right? Like, people went crazy and they boycotted Bud Light and Cracker Barrel. How's that one? Like, holy crap.
That got reversed right away.
They got reversed real fast. But I think that's also because even the moderates are kind of seeing a lot of this now. Even the moderates are saying like, wait, what are we doing? Why, it's crazy. But I think that the best way to combat that is truly, and this is
stop putting women in charge.
What I have been actively trying to do, is why I moved to Austin.
Every single time it's a woman in charge.
It does seem to be that way.
Austin, to build a new type of Hollywood.
So you're building a new studio.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. What's it called?
Yeah, well, it's called Wildwood. WYLDWOOD. You can go to wildwood.com. We're actively raising money now and finding partnerships and all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, the long and the short of it is 25 years ago, I started working in Hollywood. I believe that God called me to do that, and it very much came true. I'm 18, 19 years old. I'm beginning to work in Hollywood. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is all happening. This is amazing. But immediately, I was confronted with the reality of what Hollywood was. It's a very, very broken system. And God created me to care about humans and excellence, like to care about other human beings and care about excellence. And that's very difficult when you're working in an environment that doesn't really, in my opinion, by and large, care about either of those things.
True. Excellence. People.
Seems like a smart fella.
Yeah, he seems like he is a smart fella.
Hollywood is not a place.
He's an okay actor, but I do appreciate him stepping up.
Yep.
The Shazam movies were okay.
That values the artists or values the audience. Therefore, the excellence that we're giving to the audience.
It seems to value the top artists, but just not everyone else, huh? Or not even them, really.
But I don't know that they really value those. I mean, one could argue that maybe they do, but they're not valuing them because they actually see the value of the human being.
Yeah.
They're valuing them because they sell tickets.
Yeah, it's not the dignity of the person.
No.
It's not.
No.
They could use someone up and throw them out, basically.
Exactly. And so...
Or what I ran into is they don't want to... If they see somebody that is talented, that's smart, that's a go-getter, that doesn't play the games but just goes out there and gives their best, they don't want that. Why? Because you potentially could take their job from them.
Right, it'll make you look bad if somebody comes in and they're doing like twice what you do.
So I 100% agree with them, is they don't look at excellence because they view that if you're better than them, their job is in jeopardy.
Yep. I agree.
So it needs people on the top end to say, bro, like, we're here to make money. Fuck your words or whatever the hell you think. You know what I mean?
That's
and I
not
think
only
we had that for a long time, except for the last 15 years where it's just like everything caved to women, and women are going to make bad decisions every time.
And I don't think that's well, getting back to
name one company that's led by a woman that you would say is successful.
I can't think of one. I'm sure they're out there. But I'm sure they're out there. I don't. But I don't. But going back to like people don't want excellence in their sphere. I agree with that, and it's not just Hollywood. I'll give you, for instance, I got a job. I was starting a new career in a different field than I had done before, and I came in and I was immediately doing twice the work of the other 3 people that were in my group, and it got noticed by my boss, and then my boss talked to the other people like, why can't you do the new guys like doing twice, blowing your doors off, and so they hated me. I didn't give a shit because I'm like,
my coworkers don't hate me, but I do more than they do. So they probably secretly be like, Derek, calm down. Like, stop doing so much.
Yeah, I guess I didn't bring it up to anybody. I just could tell what the numbers were.
Do my work.
Right. I just do my work.
I can't help it. I'm beautiful.
Was apoplectic. I was so angry and I was so heartbroken. I was like, God, why would you call me into this industry? And I really I felt God talk to me, not audibly, but as God will speak to us in our soul. And the answer was, Zach, I've called you into this because it is broken. because there needs to be a better version of this that does value the humanity of the artists and their art, and therefore the excellence, and therefore valuing the audience because you are giving them what is, and it doesn't all have to be wholesome. It doesn't all have to be, family entertainment or kids or whatever, but may it be excellent, number one, and may it not be infected with a lot of just ideology to push us toward destinations. And might I add,
and I don't know Daniel Day-Lewis's politics. Okay, my guess is he's on the left,
probably a lefty.
He doesn't say anything. I don't know what his ideology is, nor should I care. He is a fantastic actor, and I appreciate that that's what his skill set, and he's very good at it. That's what should matter. It should matter that Daniel Day-Lewis is a hell of an actor, and I'm looking forward to his son's project because he's in it.
I always say something.
You're
one thing that
you're
annoys
roboting
me
a little bit. What was that?
Am I still here?
You're roboting.
Okay, go ahead and just.
All right.
I believe that across the spectrum. Like, I think there's been a lot of, let's say, Christian movies or Christian art that's horrible. It's really not good quality stuff. And it's because they were relying on the ideology of it, thinking, well, this is enough.
It was ideology first, not the art first.
Exactly, exactly. And also, I don't mind if you have ideology that underpins it, but why do you have to be so heavy-handed about it? Yeah. You don't have to say...
You back? Kind of.
You think so? Yeah.
My internet sound better.
My internet conked out for about a minute.
Oh, did it?
Sorry about that.
Jesus every other word. Not every movie has to have an altar call. You can, in fact, some of the most profoundly, let's say, Christian or God.
No, I thought about bringing it up, but we've got like 10 more videos to watch, and then got a couple of our main event is Evel Knievel, so probably not. If I didn't have much, then maybe, but yeah, we got a crap load of stuff.
You have much.
Godly symbolic movies don't even touch that. They're movies that are bringing people in through the entertainment, and through that you are infusing really good moralities, really good lessons. That is the way we ought to be doing things. And so that's the kind of studio that I want to build. It's not going to be G-rated Christian conservative. If anything, it's a very libertarian type of a studio where people like myself and people that would be a counterpart on the other side can work together in harmony, agreeing to disagree on wherever we might stand politically, but coming together to co-labor and co-create really excellent things. And more than that, trying to solve for lots of other brokenness in Hollywood, or not even just in Hollywood, in the world. What I'm building at Wildwood is not just a movie studio. It's also a living community. It's hospitality. It's schools for our kids. When I was 19, I'm looking at the future. He's
not building the cult, is he?
I went to the website. It kind of looks like it, but I don't know.
Does it really?
A little bit.
No, Zach Levi, don't do a cult. It sounds like a cult.
I'm all for it. It'll give us content down the road.
I mean, it will.
Looking at all of these people that I knew that were older and had kids, and they were all getting shipped off to all these different places to save the money, to save the studio's money for filming incentives and whatever it was. But when they would do that, because traditionally everything was shot in LA, so you didn't really have to leave. And then all of a sudden, all of these filming incentives start popping up, and you're having to look at your spouse and your kids and be like, hey, I love you, but I'm going to see you in 2 months because I got to go live out here now. And the amount of marriages that broke up because of that, the amount of community that gets broken up because of that. And so I think that to be able to create an environment where I can wake up, I can walk my kid to a school that, by the way, is actual education and not indoctrination. And then I can drop them off and I can walk to work. And then I can coordinate our work schedule and his school schedule so that I can meet up with him at lunch and we can throw ball and we can talk about what are you learning at school today. And then I can go back to work and he can go back to school and we can have a true community, a true ecosystem of